For this demo, let's say I'm on our user research team, and I work closely with engineering, product, and marketing to share insights from customer interviews. Here's my Google Calendar with all of my appointments, including many of these user research interviews every week. For the most part, all of the research team's documents, interview guides, and project overviews live in Notion, but all my upcoming interviews live in Google Calendar. I would love for all of this information to live side by side in Notion so that my collaborators across teams can see whom I'm speaking to, about what, and when. To give all of these teams an up-to-date view of the customer meetings I have scheduled, I can use sync databases to bring a view of my Google Calendar directly into Notion, simply by pasting a link to my Google Calendar and authenticating it within my Notion workspace. Now, anyone I'm collaborating with who has access to the user research team's homepage can also see what meetings I have coming up. I can then use Notion database filters to create a view that shows only customer interviews so I can easily share that with other teams. As you can see, the calendar view within Notion stays up to date even if meetings are adjusted in my Google Calendar. For example, if Tommy wants to move his interview, I can adjust it on my Google Calendar and have that change reflected within my Notion workspace immediately. Now, I think the best part of sync databases is that I can connect information in my Google Calendar to other pages and databases within my Notion workspace. For example, let's say I want to capture notes from my upcoming user interview with Tommy. I can create a new document in the team's meeting notes database to record what we talk about. And I can add a relation property to this meeting note to link it to the corresponding appointment on my Google Calendar. Let's say I want to bring in the date and time of the interview into the meeting itself. I can easily do this by adding a new rollup property that will reflect the date and time. Now, I can easily sort all of these interview notes by date and time so that the product folks I regularly collaborate with always know what user insights are freshest. These are just a few of the superpowers that are possible when you bring data from other tools into Notion. Sync databases make it possible for cross-functional teams to understand what's happening, knowing they'll get the most up-to-date view without needing to context switch. Sync databases will be available to use later this year with Google Calendar, Jira, and GitHub, and more integrations to follow.